Welcome back. Today we are looking at the why Samsung's 75-inch Class Neo QLED 4K QN90D Series Mini is highly valued by many. Welcome to another deep dive into next-generation display engineering. Inches the fast-evolving ecosystem of home entertainment, television manufacturers constantly push the boundaries of luminance, processor architecture, and panel miniaturization. Check the video description for the updated price link. Today, we step inside the lab and onto the test bench to evaluate the Samsung 75-inch Class Neo QLED 4K QN90D Series QN75QN90D 2024. Positioned within the upper tier of Samsung's 4K lineup, this display bridges the gap between cinematic performance and everyday smart functionality. If you have been researching ultra-large displays, you might also want to check out our related product guide for alternative big-screen projection solutions. The QN90D series inherits years of engineering refinement from Samsung's display division, particularly focusing on quantum mini-LED backlight control, AI-driven upscaling, and acoustic immersion. Inches this comprehensive inside the tech review, we will dissect every hardware component and software algorithm that makes this 75-inch powerhouse tick. For years, the display industry wrestled with a fundamental compromise. Organic light-emitting diode OLED panels offered infinite contrast and perfect black levels, but struggled with peak brightness limitations and long-term burn inches degradation risks. Conversely, traditional LED-LCD panels could torch retinas with extreme brightness levels, but suffered from noticeable blooming, haloing, and washed-out blacks due to clumsy zonal dimming. Enter Neo QLED. Samsung's Neo QLED architecture bypasses traditional macro LED backlights by utilizing quantum, mini-LED light sources that are precisely 1/140th the size of conventional LEDs. By shrinking the diodes, engineers pack thousands of individual lighting elements into ultra-dense matrices. This exponential increase inches dimming zones allows the QN90D to suppress light leakage with surgical precision. Coupled with a layer of microscopic quantum dots capable of delivering 100 color volume, the display renders brilliant daylight scenes and deep interstellar voids with equal composure. At the heart of the QN90D lies the NQ4 AI Gen 2 processor. While consumer marketing buzzwords often throw around AI loosely, here it translates to sophisticated neural network processing blocks. The processor utilizes 20 distinct neural networks to analyze incoming video feeds frame by frame, upscaling sub-4K content such as standard cable broadcasts, older YouTube videos, and compressed streaming packets into pristine, razor-sharp 4K resolution. Let's break down the standout technical pillars built into this 2024 model. Quantum matrix technology. With shape-adaptive light control, the localized dimming algorithm does not just turn zones on and off linearly, it analyzes object shapes, inches real-time, to adjust voltage delivery across the mini-LED grid, eliminating halo artifacts around bright objects on dark backgrounds. Neo Quantum HDR, pushing dynamic range to cinematic thresholds. This system maximizes specular highlights such as explosions, sunlight glints, and neon signs without clipping or blowing out adjacent tonal information. Real Depth Enhancer Pro. By mimicking how the human eye processes depth, the processor separates foreground objects from background layers, boosting contrast dynamically on the primary subject to create a remarkably lifelike, three-dimensional visual field on a flat panel. Motion Accelerator, 144 Hz for PC gamers and high frame rate media enthusiasts. The native panel refresh rate scales up to 144 Hz when connected to compatible high-end rigs via HDMI 2.1, ensuring zero motion blur during fast-paced tracking shots. When you fire up the QN90D inches a dark reference lab, the first thing you notice is the stark absence of backlight bleeding. Testing with demanding 4K HDR test patterns, star fields, and high-contrast Dolby Vision HDR10 content reveals exceptional black uniformity. While it cannot match the pixel-level absolute zero of an OLED inches pitch-black darkness, its mini-LED array delivers blinding specular highlights that an OLED simply cannot sustain at peak window sizes. Now let's see the pros and cons. Real Depth Enhancer Pro. By mimicking how the human eye processes depth, The processor separates foreground objects from background layers, boosting contrast dynamically on the primary subject to create a remarkably lifelike, three-dimensional visual field on a flat panel. Check the link in the description to get yours today.